ready to begin? Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first Para-Educator Commencement Ceremony. I am Marinella Dela Cruz, the manager of the Lawrence Working Families Initiative. As you may already know, the initiative's overarching goal is to make employment and family engagement the cornerstones of family economic success, as well as supporting our Lawrence schools. About a year ago today, a core group of community partners, Lawrence Public Schools, Lawrence Community Works, Lawrence Adult Learning Center, Northern Essex Community College, Mass Hire, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath, and the community group came together under the umbrella of the Lawrence Working Families Initiative with one objective, and it was to design and implement the first contextualized para-educator program in the state. A program that we saw a need for because it provides a viable career track for immigrant parents and fulfills an employer need while creating a more culturally competent and effective workplace for Lawrence Public Schools. This 9-month program prepared our students with the ESOO contextualized component in reading and math that was needed to pass the paraprofessional exam. Endless support outside of the classroom, job readiness skills. Thank you to Progress Clothing for supporting that as well. Financial coaching, CPR, first aid, a family engagement seminar in which a student made reference to the program being a true example of family engagement. I'm glad you're getting those while you're here. A 3-credit course, Intro to Teaching, offered by Northern Essex Community College, and a 5-month paid internship at one of our Lawrence Public Schools, in which a principal highlighted, "We are so thankful to have her and know that she will have a bright future in education." We are here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of these 17 students. 17 parents whom are the first cohort to take on this journey with us. You all demonstrated to be committed and engaged fully in this program because your set goal was to become a para-educator, and that you have achieved. Some who drove and walked to class in snow and rain, changed their work schedules, worked third shift to be in class by 9 a.m., ran out of class to get to work or get home in time for their children, put together study groups, met after class hours, volunteered at their internship schools, celebrate birthdays, holidays, cared for each other in times of need, and most importantly, you were able to build a solid relationship that set the tone for a successful path. We are proud of each and every one of your accomplishments and want to give our guests a little glimpse of you and our para-educator program.
Several like-minded community partners came together under the umbrella of Lawrence Working Families Initiative to design a 9-month para-educator training program. This program supports LPS parents and adult learners in the Lawrence community to be able to pursue a career in the educational field.
The role of the para-educator is so important because curriculum implementation entails so much. By having a para-educator in the classroom, teachers are able to differentiate instruction, help students individually much more. How do children feel about their parents going through the program and how their parents are being the role models for their children? And for other members in the community that may say, oh, this person went through the para-educator program, why can't I do this? Let me try it.
We have first-generation folks who come to us with very strong skills, and we support their English development. So the 9-month program offers their skills in English to be fluent, both verbally and with their writing and reading skills. So we are able to do that with the program.
This program have a great opportunity for immigrants to improve that, to go to take the next step. Like I said, it's a door that opened, and I think that is possible. And not only me, everybody can do it.
I am. I am. I am. Yo soy. I am.
I am. I am.
I am.
I am.
Yo soy.
I am. I am.
Yo soy.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am a paraeducator.
Thank you, LPS Media. That was fantastic.
I'm just going to close this window here. Not staring at that. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Megan B., and I am. Stop it. These guys are already starting. And I am very fortunate to be a teacher at the Adult Learning Center. And I was also lucky enough to be pulled into this program in August when I started working. So I had the privilege of working with this group since September. In the classroom, these participants have grown tremendously, which has been really rewarding to watch. Over the past year, my role was to teach math concepts, not only to prepare participants for their paraprofessional exam, but also to be able to prepare them to introduce math concepts in K-12 classrooms in a classroom setting. Many times in adult education, you don't get so excited to meet your math teacher. When I first walked in to class, I heard comments like, I don't like math, I'm not good at math. Me more, I don't understand. Right? All sorts of things, but really, that really was not true. These participants rose to everything we put in front of them. I personally witnessed the same effort with reading and writing to be able to build those skills. This is a 9-month program that's really difficult. And we ask that the participants really commit everything they can to this program. I am so excited to be here to honor them tonight. And thank you to Marinella and others who switched things around so that I could be here and speak. My daughter's actually graduating tonight too. So thank you for squeezing me in and switching things around. I appreciate it. One of my favorite childhood stories is the 1930s version of The Little Engine That Could by Waddy Piper. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. If you're not, it's about a blue engine, yes, blue, working to help out a larger broken down engine by bringing toys and candy to children on the other side of a mountain. After asking larger trains to help out, they refused for a variety of reasons. The small blue engine looks inside and starts believing that the difficult ride is possible. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. The little engine does not give up, does not get it on the first try, but is able to put faith back in itself to accomplish a goal. As the little blue engine comes down the backside of the mountain, it repeats, I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could. The little blue engine climbs the difficult mountain and is able to provide joy to children that she has never met on the other side. And while it doesn't mention it in the story, family members of the author told NPR that the blue engine is female, the only female engine in the story. The journey in the spirit of the little blue engine reminds me of this past year with these participants. John, Anna, and I, along with our colleagues from the Adult Learning Center, have seen these courageous and persistent graduates handle the journey with positivity, grace, and my favorite quality, a good sense of humor. You remind us that when the road isn't easy, or even when it seems overwhelming, your "I think I can" positive attitude is so important to helping you and your students reach their goals, even when the mountain seems too difficult to climb. I so enjoyed our time together. Congratulations.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim White. I'm the principal of the Adult Learning Center, and I just want to say a few brief words. First, I want to capture Megan before she leaves. We do have a proclamation that we would like to award her tonight. It's from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives, and I'd like to be able to read it to you right now. It states, "Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincere congratulations to Megan B. In recognition of your dedication to the students of the paraprofessional training program, the entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this 6th day of June 2019, this was written at the State House in Boston, Massachusetts. It is being issued by Robert DeLeo, the Speaker of the House, but it was offered by our own State Representative Frank Moran, a very great friend of the Adult Learning Center and the residents of Lawrence, and we just wanted to be able to offer this to Megan.
Our class did something for her too. So Megan, thank you for you have all the time. This is recognized for you, the proper class. Thank you. Thank you. So John's in charge of taking pictures now.
Thank you, everybody. So before I introduce the superintendent, the mayor's unable to make it tonight. I just wanted to say a few words. Clearly, Megan has received quite a bit of recognition and acknowledgement tonight. That's really because she was a mainstay in the program. But there are other people that also played a huge role in helping these students along the way. I would like to single out Mary Giordano. Mary is the former principal of the Adult Learning Center, and she had a lot to do with the vision and the creation of this program from the Adult Learning Center perspective, and I'd like to thank Mary for her hard work. It was under Mary's leadership that a ESOL professional class was established, and many of the students that are before us today came through that program. So I'd like to thank Mary again. In addition, I'd also like to thank Viana Alcantara, who was the teacher that started the program and did some amazing work and really helped sort of the student transition. We also had the great fortune of having Anna Eltzer and Jessica Filione kind of step in and really create a nice bridge between the first instructor and then the remaining instructors. Megan just played an incredible stabilizing role, as you can all attest much better than I can. Her just sort of, easygoing nature, her focus, right? How many times did she say to you, okay, we need to do some math, right? That became kind of her mantra. And it was that sort of steady single-mindedness that really kind of, I think, helped a lot of you adjust to some of the bumps. There were growing pains. We never knew what we were getting ourselves into. We often think we are when we take on a new initiative, but it is never that case. I also wanted to take the time to thank a few other people as well. Jocelyn Marte actually did an incredible job of helping to really kind of organize this from the instructional standpoint. Again, initially we thought this was going to be an ESOL course, an English for speakers of other languages. The more though that we tore into it, we realized this was really an adult basic ed course. because we were preparing you to pass a very high level test in English. And so we had to then change our ways, and Jocelyn was really helpful in kind of lining up a lot of the parameters for us to do that. In addition, we later brought on John Antonellis, another professional educator, certified. John kind of is working with a second group that we're trying to prep for the program, but John was also a stabilizing force in the program. I also want to thank Veronica Harris, who also taught in that ESOL professional group, that level class, and then came aboard and helped with the Northern Essex class as well, excuse me, with Donna Tanner. So again, I really would like to thank all of you for that. And without much more to do, I'd like to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Cynthia Paris. And I'm not going to let go of the mic yet. Mine. I must say, Cynthia's been to our school 6 times since she came on board in September. Amazing support. And often she would ask me, what's going on? And one of the first things I was willing to share with her is what we were getting ourselves into. And I kind of say it that way because there was just so many moving parts to the program. And she was so receptive and a strong promoter of what we were doing. I think at one time we had a little bit of an argument too, where I said, we're kind of like doing the first para-educator training program. And she said, well, we have one in Boston. And I said, yeah, but this is different because it's ESOL. And of course, that was when we thought it was an ESOL course. But really, again, it is an English course. And so it is probably a lot more like the Boston program. But we are using our program as well as the recommendation from Family Resource Center and LCW. Any students that come through, we will then sort of take on board. So again, with no more from me, here's the superintendent, Cynthia Paris. Thank you.
And to be fair, this is way better than Boston for so many reasons. Good evening, buenas noches. I'm very pleased to be here this evening to be joining you to celebrate this huge accomplishment. This is unlike any other district, this program, because this is really about our families and our parents joining our community. To start with, we have 17 wonderful parents who are advancing their professional goals. And these 17 individuals, after a year of classes and internships, are well-trained. Now they're experienced professionals and well-positioned to support student achievement in our schools. With your presence in our schools, the Lawrence Public Schools continues a growing trend, which is to hire locally and to hire more staff who reflect our community. I was recently told a story about Destiny's experience during her internship. One of the students at Spark Academy, where she interned this spring, said to her, "Hey, I know you, you're my neighbor." This may not sound like a big deal to you, but it's a huge deal to us. Our kids need to know that people who teach them and guide them can look like them, can speak like them, and can come from the same places we come from. And what a great example that we give them and our students to know that they too can become professionals like you all have in this moment. We celebrate this wonderful work of the partners who made this historical collaboration possible. And through the Lawrence Working Family Initiative, partners with a shared goal came together and contributed time and resources and developed from scratch this training ground. I need to thank the Lawrence Community Works, of course, Northern Essex Community College, the Adult Learning Center, the community group, Mass Hire for their tireless planning, innovation, and contributions. Together, we made this possible. We made this a reality. To our graduates, ustedes, qué orgullo. I know that the hiring process is still happening for us here in Lawrence and of course in other districts. And I know that you are making decisions about where to land next throughout the summer. I want to wish you all the very best as you make those decisions and you go through the process. Choose us first. And whether your path leads you to a classroom in one of our schools or with one of our partners in one of our neighboring communities, know that we're very, very proud of you, that we value you, and that you bring to our youth your skill, your passion, and you're an excellent role model for our children. Congratulations, felicidades.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Marte, and I work for the Learning Center, and I also have the privilege of working with this cohort of students. I'm very proud of all of them. But my goal now is to introduce Destiny Rodriguez, who's going to be our student speaker. Let's go.
Thank you, Jocelyn. All right. Well, good afternoon, graduates, administrators. That's my son back there. Family and friends. In 2018, we were presented with the first paraprofessional cohort put together by a team of strong leaders. I would like to thank Lawrence Community Works, goodness, Lawrence Public Schools, Lawrence, oh my gosh. Right. Lawrence Working Families Initiatives, Lawrence Adult Learning Center, Northern Essex Community College, the Community Group, and Mass Hire for coming together in order to make this program successful. For our teachers Anna, John, Jessica, Viana, Megan, and Donna, we appreciate your patience, consistency, empathy, your time, and characteristics that you have instilled in each one of us. We are honored to sit here today as the first paraprofessional cohort to graduate. A year ago, we came into this classroom as students. Please. We came in with different titles, backgrounds, beliefs. Some of us weren't proficient in English, and others came in with educational backgrounds that could not be used here in the US. Each of us faced disappointment, failure, and aggravation. I can't count the amount of times that I called it quits in my head. But disappointments are inevitable. And through each experience, you gain clarity, along with true originality. Achievement is wonderful when you know why you were doing it. And everything we need in order to transform our world is inside ourselves already. Jim Carrey said during his graduation speech that everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. Our first class project was to draw out an educational map. This map was to contain things learned in school, but also lessons taught throughout life. We were to get personal as we wanted, making a promise to keep it within our classroom. I whipped out all my materials at home and began to draw out a baby, a school bus, books I like to read, where I was from, my struggles. I added color and words, and it looked great. I was scared to get personal. I was scared that no one would understand, or maybe no one faced the things that I did. I didn't want to be misunderstood or pointed out to be different. The next day, we sat in a circle, presenting our maps one by one, and I was amazed at our teacher and all the women who sit in front of me today with all their brave stories. Someone like me, willing to push forward. Teachers like ours, pushing us forward, making a change and giving me a safe environment so that I can grow. I have my high school diploma, but I've never attended a graduation. Today I mark my first official graduation on my educational map. And I thank everyone who was a part of it, because this will not be my last one. And I hope to one day be able to visit all of your classrooms. I not only set an example about the importance of education for my 2 children, but for my students who come from Lawrence like me. And that makes me proud. To the paraprofessional cohort class of 2019, my now friends and para family, remember where we started. Keep in mind that we once sat as students with amazing teachers who uplifted us, all while giving each the confidence to succeed for our future. The effect we have on others is the most valuable currency there is. And it's harder to build than to destroy, because to build is to engage, which leads to change. Remember, our job isn't to teach the students we would like to have, but to teach the ones we have now. We have always been able to touch another person's life just by existing. And it takes a big heart to shape a little mind. One word, one question. Just 1 second to stop. And to remember that our children are human and they deserve kindness, empathy, sympathy, love, time, and a teacher who encourages their success when no one else would. The greatest teachers inspire. We are the great teachers that inspire, just as we were inspired by ours. In the words of Tupac Shakur, I'm not saying I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will. Today, June 6, 2019, we walk after a year full of progress, achievements, and experiences we shall never forget. I am proud of each one of you. I have seen how far we all have come. I am proud of the community we created in our classroom, for the love shown, and the push we gave each other when we thought we couldn't. Congratulations, Paras, class of 2019. Fired up?
Thank you, Destiny, for that such a heartfelt speech. We appreciate it. We now would like to call Anna Elser and John Antonelli, the teachers, to the stage.
I don't know how to follow that besides more tears, more joy from your heart, but wow, Destiny, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Sorry for crying so much.
I'm not sorry at all. So hello everybody, my name is Anna Elser. I have the distinct, undeniable honor to celebrate the hard work, dedication, and contagious passion embodied in these 17 phenomenal women here tonight. Our paths first crossed last October when I came on board at the Adult Learning Center to support the reading component, eventually the writing component with Jess, and math, and the emotional component, all the above, of this paraprofessional educator program. I think you all remember that fateful day in our library classroom, perhaps thinking something along the lines of, how much coffee did this woman have before she came in to teach? Little did you know you would match my energy, little did I know you would match my energy and well surpass my own capacity for love. I'm glad we're celebrating on a Thursday. Our cohort regularly meets on Thursdays for our weekly check-in. You're very fond of them, I know. Yeah. Now, check-ins for us have a structure. We all circle up and reflect on the following prompts: mood check, highs, lows, and some sort of deeper reflective question. Lisa's laughing, I see you over there. I thought it would only be fitting to follow a similar format for old time's sake. So mood check is usually on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you've had the absolute pits of a week, it was the worst, don't talk to me. 10 being you're on top of the world. So my mood check tonight is about an 8x minus 1/2 y squared. Just kidding, that's more Megan's. Megan's realm. So we'll just say my mood check is, for this entire experience, is off the charts. Thanks to each of you. In the last 8 months, we've had many highs and many lows. We've created vision boards, tackled vocabulary with word walls. We learned the importance of scaffolding for students while tapping into our own schemas. We became a cohort, a family, committed to collective growth and progress. Elizabeth might even still have her magnifying glass, detecting and decoding what authors are trying to tell us. We've watched many, many transformational, motivational, absolutely sensational TED Talks, am I right? We've talked for countless hours about ideal classrooms, and we've even created some impressive dioramas thanks to Jamie. We also care about our holistic health, embracing our cardio workouts between our classrooms at the High School Learning Center and the library, up and down 3 flights of stairs after navigating the never-ending adventure of finding parking. We made it through early morning phone calls, flooded living rooms, children who woke up not feeling well, students who woke up not feeling well, family members who have passed on, but family members who will also join us soon. Unexpected visits to the hospital. We all know life did not stop or even slow down, but neither have you. So let's talk about pedagogy and educational theorists. How many other paraprofessionals do you know that want to talk about the constructivist theory of education? I mean, where else do you find a group of paraprofessionals who casually make connections to Maslow's hierarchy or to Paulo Freire's banking concept? These ladies right in front here do on the regular. This group also could not get enough classroom management. These ladies have been begging us for more strategies on how to, as Patria puts it, treat the behavior rather than the student. And I couldn't be happier. Your curiosity, your hunger to do what's best for your current and future students means more than you could possibly know. Along the way, you found or refound your teacher voice. Ellie quickly found hers while one of her students found a chair above his head. We also learned that talkies are serious business for middle schoolers, right, Destiny? In her philosophy paper, Kendra writes that she hopes to be the teacher every student wants to have. And I hope she knows she already is, just like every other transformational leader sitting here in these 2 front rows. You identified the simple subject and the simple predicate on test prep questions and Dove chocolate wrappers. We found ways to make learning relevant and delicious. We worked with homonyms, homophones, homographs, synonyms, and antonyms, and we also know quite a bit about Lebanon and Ron Clark. Now, I won't ask you to identify the main idea of this speech, although you all absolutely could. One could infer about the impact and the joy that you each bring wherever you go. You are collectively writing a narrative for this community, for this state, and for this country about representation, about grit, about perseverance and resilience and commitment, and most importantly, about love. You've shared some of your fondest memories of teachers, both the positive role models and those of who you aspire to be, with the learning opportunities of those who motivate you to do better. If you still need testaments to the magic of this cohort, I'll share some of the comments this group has made during check-ins. Students learn best when they feel part of a community, safe, not hungry, loved, wanted, valued, and free to explore. The most important part of learning is the journey of self-discovery, never giving up, what I can put into practice, playing while you are learning, and constructing the future. I believe all children are special, matter, can succeed, are resilient, learn differently, can do whatever they put their mind to, and are a box of surprises. And lastly, what things do we need to be more effective with students? We need to be more human, build positive relationships, and remind them that failure is not a permanent condition. I don't know about you, but on a personal level, these are the educators I want in my life, and more importantly, these are the educators that we need in our schools. I'll close by sharing that we often discussed, or rather debated, grammar rules in detail. Since there are always exceptions to the rules, our common phrase, thanks to Lisa, was almost always. As in, yes, that's true, almost always. However, let me be clear. There are no exceptions when it comes to this first paraprofessional cohort. Thank you for inspiring me, for inspiring us, for living in ways that make our community and our world a more promising place. Not almost always, but always. Congratulations on all of your success. We're so excited to see where your paths will lead. Ladies, fired up? Ready to go! All right, so next on our agenda is more all about the 17 of you. So at this time, we'd like to recognize the design team. So if everyone from the design team could stand, Jessica Andors, Leslie Kent, already standing, lovely, yeah. Kathy Serrano de Jesus, Juan Bonilla, from Lawrence Public Schools, Denise Snyder, Nelson Buten, from Northern Essex Community College, George Moriarty, from the Lawrence Working Families Initiative, Marianela de la Cruz, Catherine Lopez Arias, from the Lawrence Adult Learning Center, James White, Jocelyn Marte, Frank Cirillo, from the community group, Maria Moeller, and from Mass Hire, Linda Rohrer. Thank you all so much for your time. So now we're going to present, you're getting lots of wonderful things tonight. So we have a certificate from Northern Essex, we have the Para-Educator certificate, and then also a Para-Educator pin. So if we could have everyone come on up.
Well done.
So, America, Aleman. Bethania, Apollinaire. Bethania.
Go, Bethania.
Juliana Aquino.
Thank you very much.
Elizabeth Batista. Kenya Batista.
Go, Kenya!
Great. Elizabeth Brea.
Go, Elizabeth!
Jessica Castillo. Patria de los Santos.
Go Patria!
Elena Espinal.
¿Lo tiraste? Thank you very much.
Denimar Garcia. Eva Nunes. Glory Perez.
Glory de frente.
María de los Ángeles Reyes.
Go María. María por frente, mira.
Destiny Rodriguez.
Picture Destiny. Senior.
Enid Lynette Santiago.
Vente, Ana, vente. Everybody.
Enid Lizenda Santiago.
Viene para acá, Lisa, viene para acá. Espera, déjame arreglarlo.
And Jamie Dale.
Mira para acá, Jamie. Órgate, Jamie. Sí, ya la puedes quitar.
Ahí, mira para acá.
Mira para acá, Jamie. Mira para acá, Jamie. Ahí está, Jamie, aquí. Thank you.